Well, good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Jane.
Are you having fun?
Yeah.
Did you have fun doing your projects?
Yeah.
Are you going to carry on doing your projects?
Yeah.
Are you going to talk to all the other groups of Roots and Shoots who are here?
Yeah.
Because I am very excited. I went round your projects. I wish I could have spent much, much longer with each of the projects, but at least I got to see all of them and the amazing things that you're doing to make this a better world. And isn't it exciting to know that in 100 countries we have young people like you caring about the environment, caring about animals, caring about people, all part of Roots and Shoots. Isn't that exciting?
Yes. Yes.
And yeah, you can, it's really, for me, it's very, very exciting. But I'm going to start off. I know there are people here speaking different languages, and if we hear our own language, we answer, right? So if I say good morning, you say
Good morning.
and if I say bonjour,
Bonjour.
guten Morgen,
Good morning.
one in Swahili, jambo.
Jumbo.
And now, listen carefully, because you're going to reply. Right. A whole forest full of chimpanzees. That makes me feel homesick. 83 years ago I was born. I've walked on this planet for 83 years. And so during the time I've walked on this planet, I've seen so much change. But I'm going to tell you my reasons for hope. And I've got 5 reasons for hope, particularly important ones anyway. The first one is all of you. I mean, as I'm traveling 300 days a year all over the world, I meet groups like this, I go around projects like this everywhere in 100 countries. Think of it. What a difference you're making. Of course, this is my main reason for hope. And I found that everywhere, when you young people understand what the problems are, and we allow you to choose what you want to do, not what we tell you to do. What do you care about? What sort of project can you work out with your friends, with your parents, with your teacher? Roots and Shoots and other such groups are my main reason for hope for the future, because you are changing the world. And my second reason for hope is this amazing intellect we have. Do you know that's the one thing that makes us more different from any other animal, including chimps? This amazing intellect. Can you think how extraordinary it seems to me, who grew up before television? We've put people up on the moon. You just had a nearly full moon. I mean, like 2 days ago it was 3/4, I think. And if you look up at the full moon, do you ever say to yourself, how weird, people have walked up there? I mean, it's pretty incredible, isn't it? And, they designed a rocket that went all the way up to the planet Mars, and the little robot is still crawling around and taking photographs. And from those photographs we see a dead, barren landscape. We don't want to go and live there. We don't want to live on the moon. And we've got just this one planet. So how is it possible that the most intellectual creature to ever walk on the planet is destroying its only home? It seems there's been a peculiar disconnect between the clever brain and the human heart. And head and heart working in harmony is what's going to heal the world. At least that's what I believe. My next reason for hope is how amazing and forgiving nature is, how resilient. Places that we've completely destroyed, if we give them time, they can once again support life. There's projects here to clean up creeks and let the wildlife come back. You fly over Gombe now, and there's no bare hills. The trees have come back. The animals have come back. I've seen projects like this all over the world. And animals on the very brink of extinction have been given another chance because people like you care and say, no, we will not let them become extinct. I saw one project over there trying to save a plant that's on the brink of extinction. Plants matter too. We can't live without plants. Without plants, everything would die. And then, I only discovered recently, social media. Social media can be used for very nasty purposes. We know that. There's a lot of rubbish out there on the internet. But at the same time, for the first time in human history, if we care about something like climate change, we can bring together people from all over the world on one day to let their voices be heard. We want to do something about climate change. We do believe that we're harming the planet by burning fossil fuel and creating methane and so on. So, social media used right is a reason for hope. And then finally, the indomitable human spirit. The amazing people who tackle what seems to be impossible and won't give up and so often succeed. People who struggle with poverty and somehow come through and still smile. People who struggle with tremendous physical disabilities and won't give up and inspire others. And that's why I carry Mr. H with me. Mr. H was given to me by a man called Gary Horn 26 years ago. He thought he was giving me a stuffed chimpanzee for my birthday. He's blind. I made him hold the tail. Gary, chimpanzees don't have tails. He said, never mind, take him where you go and my spirit's with you. Gary Horn, if he was standing here, you wouldn't know he was blind. And at the end of his show, because he taught himself to be a magician. Can you imagine a blind man who's a magician? Anyway, you don't know he's blind, and then he tells you, and he says, something might go wrong in your life, because we never know, but if it does, don't give up. There's always a way forward. So this indomitable human spirit enables people and animals to survive terrible disadvantages and the setbacks that we encounter in life. And we know we're harming the planet. And we know there are people who don't care about the planet, but only care about making money and more money and more money. It doesn't make you happy, but we've learned to think that success is money and power, money and power, money and power. And we don't think about success being getting just enough money to enjoy our lives, to have time with family and friends, to save nature so we can go out and be refreshed in the forest or the wetlands or wherever. Here we are with our amazing brains, with all the gifts that we've been given to use our lives to make this a better world for each other, for the other animals, and for the environment we all share. So my last word is to say thank you for all of you who've been doing these projects. They're wonderful projects. You can feel very proud of them. And because you're part of a program that's around the world, these projects will be shared by other young people just as you will share their projects. And together, we can make this a better world, yes? Yes. Can we make this a better world? Yes. Will we make this a better world? Yes. So, thank you.